Can everybody please come in and take your seats? We'll start the next session. So, okay, can we talk about that after this? All righty, we all ready to get started for our next session? Yes, I have one lady who's excited about our session on passion. Who else is excited? Woo! That's what I want to hear. I want to hear excitement. This is great. So this session is about passion. Passion. And when you think of passion, what do you think about when you think passion? Do you think love? Say it again. Fired up and excited. What else? You do something and don't ask for a return. One more person. Energy. I love it. We have energy. We love it. Well, this part of our session, you'll definitely find some energy with our first guest. Our first guest is going to be, you can see how beautiful she is. So we're talking about passion and what actually is passion. When I looked it up in the dictionary, it says intense want, desire, just wanting to do something without really knowing why, but it's just something that is ingrained in you. In other words, a lot of us just call it your why. Why do you want to do something? Why do you feel compelled to do something? And oftentimes, especially when it comes to our health and wellness, we kind of go, I don't know. Why do I want to feel healthy? Oh, why do I want to lose weight? Oh, I want to lose weight because, I want to look better in my clothes. That's a good reason. But what about the passion? Why? What is the big why? I want to lose weight because I want to be healthy, because I want to run around with my grandchildren on the beach. So I want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay, I really don't want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm afraid of heights. I want to go surfing in Hawaii. Are these exciting things? Require energy? Awesome. A statement of commitment. I like it. So our guest here today is Dr. Dawn Musalem. Dr. Dawn, may I call you Dr. Dawn?
You can call me Dawn. I invite all my patients to say Dawn. You can skip all the formalities. We are all friends here. We are in this life together.
We are. I love it. So Dawn is she's a doctor down at the Mayo Clinic down in Jacksonville. She is in internal medicine, integrative medicine, and also at the breast clinic. This is amazing. She's an amazing doctor down at one of the most incredible places in the world, and the sun shines there a lot, which I'm a little envious of. Dr. Dawn is also a cancer survivor. She's also a heart transplant recipient. And she, at 365 days, 1 year after she had her heart transplant, she ran a marathon. Amazing.
So I still can't believe that, actually.
I have to say that's one. As I was reading, your bio a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking, like, wow, this woman is amazing, and she ran a marathon.
Well, you know what I will say my secret is, I know I'm not ready to talk yet, but whole food plant-based nutrition, I'm going to say there's a lot that goes into everything that I came through, but the real secret to how that was possible, I know for a fact, is a whole food plant-based nutrition. I am 100% confident. So, but I'm going to let you keep talking. I get so excited about the nutrition side of it.
We love it. And so, of course, that was the additional benefit and excitement. Dawn is on board with lifestyle medicine. Yay! So, Dawn, we're talking about passion here. And obviously, you've been through some ups and some downs in life, more than most people ever experience. Explain to us, how do you go from being a resident in medical school to somebody who is a patient? And tell us a little bit about that background and kind of what got you through.
Oh, that is such a terrific question. And I, have been very blessed to get through many adversities in my life. but it is because life for me is about something so much bigger than me. It is because of that passion meets purpose, and it's just this incredible level of being fully alive and vitality just like explodes and ignites. And honestly, as soon as I start talking with people, it's like I get all your energy, I'm giving you my energy, and if I yawn right now, you're gonna yawn. So when people kind of say, "Oh, she's crazy," and I know this group of people that we're all on board with the same thing because we have this interest, but there's some folks you talk to and you start talking about energy and they think, "Oh, this is kind of weird." But I say, "If I'm yawn, you're gonna yawn." There's some connection we have. So I really used my passion to meet my purpose, to learn acceptance whenever I heard bad news, and to just keep moving forward. But it was really unique, and I would say that it is my strong faith in God, or whatever your belief, something bigger than you. But for me, it's my belief in God, and the fact I had such love in my life for my family. And so it was really interesting. Around the age of 4 or 5, I aspired to live to be 100 years old. So when people would ask me what I wanted to be, I would say I want to be 100 years old. I want to be in a Smucker's jar so I could be on the Today Show. And so I started eating very healthy around the age of 4 or 5. My parents really raised us very, very healthy anyways, but it was just something that I was just driven to do. And so this started at a young age. So my why and my purpose was cultivated very young. I knew I wanted to go into medicine. And so I believe that God kind of introduced me to these various paths all through my life to prepare me, if you may. And so by the time I was in medical school, when I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and in fact, one doctor said I would have 3 months to live. I fired that doctor, by the way. But then my next doctor really upheld this holistic approach to living. I have always applied whole food plant-based nutrition. But I believe what the real take home here is whole food plant-based nutrition can be really overwhelming, or maybe a new exercise regimen can be really overwhelming for a lot of people, especially if they're used to eating the standard American diet or maybe being more sedentary. And so I love what you were saying, Denise, that it takes something to introduce us as to why this is important. And so for me, it was because I just had this insatiable desire to want to be there for other people and serve others. So I wanted to fight through those various challenges. So with stage 4 cancer, I want you all to know you do not have to be sick a day in your life. If the doctor gives you a diagnosis, or if you have a chronic disease, you don't have to succumb to that disease. It doesn't mean you need to be in denial, but I am a big proponent and advocate for acceptance and to avoid turbulence. So, I'll be honest, I have actually met some patients on a perfect diet that they were so turbulent over the fact they were on that diet and forgot their why, that they were struggling in their disease process. So this is about really a holistic process. That's why I love whole food plant-based nutrition, but I love it when it's paired with all the other pillars of lifestyle medicine. So it's not just about one thing, it's about really letting all those things blend. And so I think it's really important with what you said, Denise, about passion, desire, because for me, it ignited this flame. And in my sickest days, I had a bone marrow transplant. My medical team knew it was very, very important to me. And so they had a bicycle in my room. So when I was in the hospital, I would wake up at 4 o'clock. I kept my schedule every single day. I was 26 years old at the time. And I would ride my bike. I didn't have to wake up at 4 a.m., but I knew I wanted to keep my schedule. I would bring my own clothes into the hospital. I wanted to keep my own identity. I didn't want cancer to define me. I didn't want my disease to define me. So I would put bright colors on. Those are the kind of things that meant a lot to me. When I was diagnosed with heart failure, that was really challenging. And the why I got heart failure was a little bit unknown. Could it have been the cancer treatment, chemotherapy? Could it have been the radiation? I had a very large tumor in my chest. And so the radiation went right to the heart. And I was blessed to be able to have a child. So I was actually diagnosed with heart failure a few weeks after my daughter was born, which was truly a miracle. So, it may have been this combination of things. But when I was given this diagnosis of heart failure and chronic disease, I did take a few steps back. Because I thought, wait a minute, cancer, I was kind of like, I can handle this. We're going to treat it. We're going to treat it aggressive. I'm getting back to life. But then I got heart failure. And I had heart failure for 18 years. And I'm not going to lie to you, there were ups and downs, but the overall trend was up. High energy, up, vitality. It doesn't mean that there weren't times when I had to be very sincere and authentic and listen to those feelings of not being well, those red flags, and work with my medical team. when I got my heart transplant, that was my opportunity to really have life reignited. So, I hope that answers your question. I don't want to keep on going on that one question because you may have more. So I'm going to pause there and see if you want to ask me another question so I can make sure I try to get everything in a limited amount of time here.
It's a truly amazing, like what you've told us really is incredible, and I understand what you've done, and I'm really amazed because so few people can do that. But I think you're right. You had this why from the time you were 4. And so often many of us, I'm sure, we're 30, 40, 50, 60, and we're kind of going, okay, what's my why? Has your why ever changed?
I don't think so. From a young age, it wasn't really about me and being, eating a healthy diet and kind of very superficial. It was about being there to serve others and trying to give others that vitality. So I just loved people. I loved older people. I just am filled and I think blessed with tons of energy and just love and gratitude for what life has. And, the other thing, and I think this is a significant one for me, is I was given many diagnoses that ended my life. And, we're dying every day, we're alive, and COVID's taught us a lot about our mortality. But I'm not scared of dying. And I think a lot of people are. And all I know is I think the reason I'm not scared of dying is because I live every single day, every single second in a way that it is full and as fulfilling and meaningful to me as possible. Everything. So when I eat my food, I look at that food and I take pictures. My camera has so many pictures of food, it's crazy. I take pictures of produce, I just keep it on my camera. I don't ever share it. I share it sometimes if it's a really good picture. But this stuff just ignites me. It gets me so excited. So how blessed am I to get to work with patients? But that's one-on-one. So how excited do I get when I get to talk to a group? And even if just one person is maybe able to repurpose their current diagnosis into something that is okay or accept their disease. For me, each level of adversity, I grew stronger. There is truth when it comes to post-traumatic growth. I built my resilience. And so I, kind of joke now, I'm kind of like, I think I'm Teflon. It's like, nothing's going to take me down. But if it does, it's okay because I lived fully. I showed love to all the people I knew. And I really want to leave a thumbprint for my time on earth to help others live that life. So if I had to go through that hardship to do that, to help others live a more seamless life, it's worth it because I feel like I've been blessed to really get through this in a pretty seamless manner.
I love the way you say you said repurposing the diagnosis, because I think you're right. That is one of those things people either can manage it and accept it or they don't. And I like the word repurpose because it really changes the whole thing. It isn't, it is or it isn't. It's something else. It makes it something else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. And I think that's a way to just keep your mind up and to keep your mind looking forward. And those micro goals, or maybe it's a big goal. Maybe make some, your smart goals along the way, but maybe a big goal. It was really exciting. You know where I was this morning? I did a 5K with 40 patients in mind. Some of them were in the middle of breast cancer treatment. The woman I walked right next to, she has stage 4 cancer of the breast, and she's on very difficult therapy, but she was out there walking in the hot, humid sun and loved every minute of it. And so it's really amazing when we can try to take good care of our body. I think it just gives back so much to our well-being. And again, it's not being selfish. You want to show up for yourself. You matter. I had a mentor, Dr. Amit Sood. He was at Mayo Clinic. He told me the most important thing. When the heart beats, before it can send blood out to the rest of its body, it has to keep 5% of the blood for itself. The heart must nurture itself before it can serve every other organ. Remember that. So always keep a little bit for yourself. Now, thinking through that a little bit more, the heart also beats 95% everywhere else. So we want to think about serving others.
Absolutely.
And giving back in our life. And I think that's why I just have such authentic joy, because my purpose really isn't just about me. It's about giving these other people and then seeing them live. And for me to have 40 women that were out there, all of my patients at this time were women. I have had gentlemen, so I don't want to just say women. at this particular event, it was just females with breast cancer that joined me, because I don't have any males in my panel right now, but they were all full of life. It was so cool. I love that event. I mean, my heart rate was going so fast. I was like, I think I need to go sit and calm down a little bit. It's just great. It's very, very exciting.
It's amazing. I mean, your passion absolutely shines through. Every time I have seen you on either on video, on your podcast, you are this amazing, energetic, authentic person who has a purpose. And what we were saying earlier, one of the things somebody had said was, to do things without expecting something back. And you really embody that. And we thank you. We thank you so much for taking the time in your crazy busy schedule in life. I know you have this event, you have family visiting with you, and we truly appreciate you for being with us and helping us to really start to understand what passion is and why we need a why.
Well, it's interesting because it's interesting you say that, because I really wonder, in this exchange we just had, I think I very well got more out of what we just had than you may have gotten. And that's the truth. That's about when you fulfill your purpose, you get so much back in volumes that's truly what energizes me. So I'm going to have trouble sleeping tonight because of all of you, because this is such an energetic exchange. So I'm just tickled to be here. So thank you. It's really the highest privilege.
We appreciate it. And we appreciate you. And I certainly will look forward to seeing you next time on Down in Jacksonville.
Oh, I can't wait.
Thanks, Dr. Dawn.
Thank you. Are we good?
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is she something or what? And so, yes. Her last name is Muse Salem. It's on your program, and so number one, this exchange will be on the Lotus Health Foundation website. I think. Oh, sorry, Facebook. You're right. Yep, it'll be on the Facebook page. And so if you look under Dr. Dawn Muse Salem, you can find her. There's a couple of podcasts with her. So we thought that